podcast. My name is Nanis, this is Lucas, and I'm also with Nani.
Hi!
Today's topic that we're going to talk about is how does social media affect us as teenagers and also as Christians?
I like this topic because it's very important and it's interesting.
Yeah, and it's important especially with people our age, because it has to do with our self-esteem, and it has to do a lot with comparing ourselves to other people, which is something that we're really used to as people who are trying to find their identity because of our age.
Right.
So in social media we see a lot of people who already have identities, and we're trying to see it in them. So I was going to ask Neira, because I know she has stories on this topic. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you felt with it?
One thing that I have always seen on social media is how most of the time everything is especially with Christianity, most of it is positive, not very negative. Or at least they don't teach you the lessons of what to do after the negative. And let's say that, for example, I committed a sin, or I feel terribly bad as a person, especially as a Christian, and I go on social media just to chill, entertain myself, and I see a post about someone that I already followed that I like to see them on how they share their faith and how Jesus saved them, and I feel terrible about it. I feel like, oh, well, she's doing perfectly fine.
I don't measure up.
Yeah, like Jesus loves her, and maybe Jesus doesn't love me.
Because I'm not the same.
Exactly. And it's such a big comparison with how the world treats us and how God treats us. And it's something that I struggle with, not gonna lie. I struggle with a little bit, and it's something that I also have worked on. Not only do I keep on struggling with it, it's something that I keep on working. No, it's fine. Everyone commits something. Even that person that I just saw a positive post about it, even that person fails or sins the same way that I do. And Jesus loves us, and he's the perfect example of what we should do in those moments, and he's always there to help us.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to have that with him, or of him, honestly.
Yeah, because sometimes we have the problem where people only share the pretty part of their life.
Right.
And it doesn't have to only be applied to our Christian life, because we have all of our lives. Usually people share their lives on their day-to-day on social media, and we're not going to take a picture of us, or most of us won't take a picture of us crying, won't take a picture of us struggling actually bad. When you're actually going through something that bad, you're not thinking about taking your camera out and showing the world. The moment where you want to take your camera out and show the world, it's when we're together, we're having fun, we're eating something that's tasty, that looks cool, and we start comparing ourselves with this Instagram page that's full of pretty colors and beautiful moments and inspirational quotes, and we think it's all this person's life is put on this Instagram page, when only the highlights of this person's life are on the page. And we need to learn to realize that yes, that person who looks pretty in that picture maybe didn't look pretty before the picture. That person that it looks happy in that picture might not actually be profoundly happy. So we have to focus our eyes on what is reality, because if not, we get messed up.
Right.
So for a conclusion point, as I say, this topic is very important, and as an influencer, always try to demonstrate that we all fail, and that there is a solution, and that God.
Yeah. Amen. God is our solution always.
Yeah.
So another thing that we want to talk about today is how on social media there's always improper posts or fake news about either an everyday life or a situation that happened, or just simply life. you know? And like you said, only the highlights are posted. And it's very scary to see how now there's so much ability to the negative and to, like I said, improper stuff. And like I can count them more on my hands, how many things there are on the internet. And let's even like go before now. We had, what was it called, the black internet? I think that's what it was called,
Like
the dark internet or whatever. I don't know if it was illegal or legal to use, and that's where so many things would be used and would be searched on to look up things that were improper and were very, very bad. And I think that stuff really affect us in social media and us teenagers, because it is something that usually when we talk to our parents, it's like, oh, back in the day I did not, have that type of stuff. I never saw that stuff. My mentality was totally different when I was 15, 16 years old. I did not know about what it was that. I didn't know that slang or anything like that. And now we have the capacity to be like probably even more mature than our own parents. And it's crazy to think about that, because I find myself in situations sometimes where I'm with elders and I think about a situation or a solution of a situation that they're talking about, and it probably didn't even come to your mind.
Yeah, and even kids do that. Like, that's I guess like the difference in our perspective since we're different generations.
Right. And I think that's a good thing that we have with, I guess, having such negative thing on social media, is how we can learn to solve things because of those things. Try, understand?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like being grateful for the bad.
Yeah.
Like because of that, now I know that I don't want to do that, so now I can learn to what to do better. And I think, fake news, it's something that it's the way that it spreads so easily, it's crazy. It's crazy, because I mean, it was still that way back in the day, but now it's more like everywhere. Everywhere. Let's say, for example, a drama happened between celebrities or whatever. It's gonna pop on your phone, my phone, his phone, everyone's phone, even on TV. It pops up. And it's so sad, because sometimes it's situations where people are like, I made a mistake, but I don't like, I didn't know it was that bad. Or maybe it was like, I made a mistake and it was not supposed to go that way. Now I'm in a situation where everybody knows about this. And one thing that I really, really hate about fake news is because people make it that way sometimes. And now that other person that had that situation is like, oh my gosh, now this is how I look to people. Now this is how people remember me.
This is my image. Yeah.
But we, like you said, we can't not care about, because of the image of what people see us, we cannot care about that. We should care about how we look to Jesus. Am I being a good Christian, or not even because of a good Christian, am I following him, and am I loving him the way that I should? And apart from Christianity, it's just something that we need to also use and see as something that we can learn for better, so we can do better on social media. But it's sad that how much that fake news and improper stuff affects us.
And one of the reasons that fake news and all these like bad things get spread so easily is because it's the things we like. It's it's gossip, so it gets shared easily.
Right.
And we make the mistake of we see it, we think it's true, we pass it on.
Right.
We pass it forward, and we're not even thinking about the person that's included in that moment. We're not thinking about the other person.
And we're all humans, and we like what the world offers us because it's easy.
It's easy to spread gossip. It's easy to just go with the rest of the people and focus on all of these things that aren't even important, and they're actually hurting people.
It's something of the flesh.
Yeah, it's part of our humanity. And another thing that is really integrated in us is the need to publish who we are, and the need to bring attention to ourselves. And that's a way that social media can really be used if we use it in the wrong way, because you have the opportunity to post about whatever the heck you want.
Right.
So, and when we're not getting attention from our friends, when we're not getting attention maybe from our parents, it's our moment to shine. It's our moment to show, like what we said before, look how pretty my food is today, look how pretty I look today, look at this amazing experience I'm having today. And we have to make the decision on, are we going to feed our ego with social media? Are we going to make people focus their eyes on us when that's not the point? That's not healthy for anyone, not for us and not for them. Because then they're going to start making the comparisons we talked about before, and it's going to be a problem. But when we decide that we'll use our social media to move people to fix their eyes on the solution to their problems, when everybody else is posting about their pretty life and people are making comparisons, and now they feel down in the dumps, and now they feel like terrible persons, or like they're not pretty enough, or they don't have the good life they want, we can tell them, we see you, and look at the solution. Here's Jesus. And then we make our Instagram, our Facebook, our YouTube channel, we make it about Jesus and how he can help you and he can heal you. And we stop glorifying ourselves and we start glorifying him. It's a different approach, and it's the moment where we take away the power of the enemy and the problems we were talking about that he was causing before, and we start using the same thing but to heal and to help.
Instead, use social media to focus your eyes in Jesus, to help others look at him.
Well, I guess that's pretty much our podcast of today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned something about it and that it touched your heart, and that
thank you for watching.
Yeah, that is pretty much it. So yeah,
bye. Media social media to me cago en nada el inglés.
No puede ser.
Podcast. My name is Alice. No, por favor, ya me estoy cansando. No.